to take a moment and take it all in. Hi, Ann. Google Maps said it would be a mere 24.75 hours of actual behind-the-wheel drive time, not counting tours, info sessions, bookstores, hotels, traffic, food, and GPS recalculating. When I took my oldest daughter college hunting in the sort of kind of Midwest, or rather what us tri-staters call the Midwest, Ohio and Pennsylvania, it was 3 days. 3 days in the car, college-bound, me and her. One perimenopausal mom and one eye-rolling, moody teenage girl. I'm standing here today to tell you that I survived, and her too. There was surprisingly very little texting, tweeting, and Facebooking, and I recall one and only one major blow-up. She was embarrassed when a really cute tour guide was really bragging about guest speakers Ann Coulter and Karl Rove, and appalled, I barked, "We are out of here, right now." My girl and I talked politics and books, family, music, drugs, and sex, and she asked a few questions, but she answered even less. She shared ever so briefly a glimpse of teen angst, mean girl gossip, prom plans, a cute boy or two, and a little apprehension about traveling so far away from home. Her brother, her sisters, her dad, her town, and me. Not only did we survive this coming-of-age road trip, but I found myself wishing for traffic, anything at all to hold on to this moment right here and right now. Because before my very eyes, I got a glimpse of a little girl I used to know and the woman she's fast becoming. Believe you me, all this Hallmark card introspection added up to a generous, and I may be exaggerating, 13 minutes total of the 3-day college tour, but I'll take it. But because before we knew it, we were making the trip one way with her and the return trip alone. Taking your kid to college sucks. That's the big secret no one tells you because you wouldn't believe them even if they did. But I sure wish I had been warned. There's a pact of secrecy amongst those who have already unloaded boxes into dorms to not tell us newbies how hard it really is, for if they did, the campuses would surely be empty. Fair warning, everybody, this is hard. The onslaught of loss occurs with little or no warning. It's a loss only a parent can feel, and it differs greatly from family to family, but for this family, for these parents, for this mom, it was devastating. One day she's here, and the next she was gone, just like that. I miss her. I miss our whole family. It's just not the same. But it's exactly how it's supposed to be. They grow up, they go to college, they find friends and jobs and love and create their own stories to tell. But the absence of that kid, of my kid from my home, is an empty echo that will not stop ringing in my ears. I keep repeating a sick, silent mantra, "She's not dead," to make it easier. And that's disgusting, I know it. Make no mistake about it, I'm well aware of how lucky we are. Number one's life is exactly how any family would dream. But I am not ready to let her go, to let this all be over. Kids break your heart doing it, this whole growing up thing, but nobody tells you that. It's like childbirth. You have to actually feel it to live it. Live it to feel it. No advance warning adequately prepares you for the painful joy ahead. There were moments her senior year of high school where we just could not believe she was really leaving us for college. But there were many, many more that we were counting the days to get her the hell out of our house. I'm not trying to reinvent history and sugarcoat raising teenage girls. They are miserable, irrational, eye-rolling, foot-stomping, door-slamming know-it-alls, and anyone that has one knows it. But even so, the absence is deafening, and the void is felt so very deep throughout our family. Mark my words, you'll miss her. You will. I do. Her room sits empty as her sisters and her brother head there to read and sleep and just hang out, but her dad and I avoid it at all costs. The dog carries around her shoes. Her dad and I cling to the other kids with suffocating hugs, impossible goodnight talks, obligatory family meals, and mandatory FaceTime. From here on out, I know it's just one long goodbye, not just to the beautiful, young, brilliant woman we dropped off at the dorm, but also to my little girl, who wished with all her might on dandelion puffs, on first stars she saw at night, to someday grow up and become a tightrope walker. It's supposed to get easier, and I presume it will, and we really are so very happy for her as she begins her own stories to tell. But the empty thumbtack holes on her bedroom walls pierce my heart, and the sob in her little brother's voice when he discovered he only needed 5 glasses for dinner instead of 6 is a permanent reminder that eventually, if all goes well, we will always need just one less.